Hey friends, I'm here today with another video and we're going to focus on tailoring. That's right, I'm getting back to my roots and doing some trade skill stuff again. We're going to work on tailoring. We're going to start by opening up our inventory and our tailoring kit. I already have some of the recipes here ready to go to show you. We're going to start off with something called Belt of the Lost. That's right. They decided to start giving some of these higher end tailoring and crafting items names of their own, like they were dropped off monsters. It's kind of crazy. And you may recognize some of the components in these recipes as the uncommon drops off of common mobs that range from level like probably 20 to 120 all over Norath, right? Things like this leather roll, which I see drop all the time off just regular mobs, and the cloth bolts also. It seems to be an uncommon drop off common mobs. So we also have the ether mirror essence. Feel free to correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. That drops off of higher level mobs, and you can also acquire these from doing Overseer. We have the aligned steel thread, which you can purchase from tailoring merchants. We have simple sewing needle, which you can also purchase off tailoring merchants, and the hemp twine that you can purchase off fletching merchants. We combine these together. And remember, before we hit combine, we want to have our Mystic Bolt or Sewing Trophy equipped because it gives us the skill modifier for tailoring. And today I'm using my Clockwork sewing kit, but I believe you can use just a plainer tailoring kit or a standard large tailoring kit. So hit combine and boom, we have our belts. And what are the stats? The stats are pretty good. This is for required level 100. And we have 117 AC, 2209 hit points, 2441 mana, 2209 endurance. We even have a 43% haste. It also has an effect called Lost Guard. This enchantment grants a magical resistance increase for a short time. So I'm assuming this is a clicky, and I'm wearing one now. So let's see what happens. I'll target myself. I'll click on it. I don't know. I didn't see anything happen. So I don't know. Maybe I have to be in another zone to do it or something. Unfortunately, I don't see anything happening when I right click on it. So let's move on to the next item. It's called Cap of Mirrors. So for this, we need a silk string that you can buy off a fletching merchant. Simple sewing needle that you buy off tailoring merchants. The aligned steel thread, which I already mentioned, tailoring merchant. Leather roll, uncommon drop off common mobs. Cloth bolts, uncommon drop off common mobs, and 2 Ethmere essences. These are stuff you can get from doing Overseer. They might be rare drops off level 100 plus mobs, and you can also set up a buyer in the bazaar. Again, you could set up a buyer to buy the leather roll and the cloth bolt as well if you like. So here we go. We've got the Cap of Mirrors. It gives you 111 AC, 2275 hit points, 2514 mana. It also gives the effect Spell Mirror. The latent magical energy adds magic reflection. So I don't know if that's something you have to click or not. I don't think it does anything because when I click it, it doesn't seem to bring up any kind of spell bar, spell casting thing. So it could just be it says warn, so it could just be something that is passive. You don't have to activate, that might occasionally reflect spells. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to use this because my current cultural helmet gives me better armor class and better hit points. It doesn't have any kind of cool effect though. So what do you guys think? Is having this spell mirror worth sacrificing some armor class and hit points? I would also be sacrificing some mana, okay? I believe this cultural gives me more intelligence as well. I get a plus 14 to heroic intelligence, where here I only get a plus 11 to heroic intelligence. This gives me the same hit point and mana regen as my cultural. My cultural also gives me 10 more points of clairvoyance, which is also very nice for a mage. Next, we have something called Cloak of Realms. Cloak of Realms is crafted by using a simple sewing needle, a lined steel thread, 2 of them, fine feathers, which is another uncommon drop off of common mobs. I see these a lot off all kinds of mobs, ranging from level 20 to 100. Again, we have 2 Ethmir essences and a cloth bolt. Trivial is 355 for this. So I have a 95% chance of crafting it successfully. And I did. So let's take a look at the stats. As you could see, I'm currently wearing one. My previous cape was this, so this was a big upgrade for me. 120 AC compared to the 103 that I had. It's got 2530 hit points compared to the only 2000. It's got 2357 mana, so everything was better. Then it has some effect called Realm Shift. Phasing out of reality boosts armor class and dodge drastically for a short time. This has a recast delay of 3 hours. Okay, so this is one where it actually, I guess this gives you a buff if you right click it. So yeah, there you go. And it's got a 3-hour delay. So it did not take hold. It's blocked by Shield of Pelorus, which I guess is a stronger spell. Next we have Etherist robes. At least I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Feel free to correct me in the comments below. We need a simple sewing needle. We need 2 aligned steel threads. Again, purchased tailoring merchant. Yep. Leather roll and cloth bolt. Both uncommon drops off common monsters. 2 Ethmir essences. We hit combine. And there we go. We've got robes. Let's compare that to what I'm wearing now. I'm just wearing August metallofiber robes. These are Gnomish Cultural that I crafted myself. Only got the single AUG in there right now. But my Cultural is better. If you don't want to mess with Cultural or don't know how, this robe seems to be a fine alternative. It's only got a little bit less armor class. It's got 2389 hit points, 2640 mana. We've got some decent heroic stats. It's also got this Ether Mist effect. Warn. Ethermir Mist restores mana. I don't really know what that does or what that means, but it might increase your mana regeneration. So let's actually try that. Let's put that on and see what happens. Let's take a look at my current mana regeneration of 522, which, hey, not bad. It's kind of crazy that my current hit point regeneration is at 1324. When did that happen? By golly, that's kind of amazing. So let's see. 522 mana regen now. And if I put on this robe, which it needs to be attuned, but it's okay, it's Fronavi. You can still trade or sell it after it's been attuned. and my mana regen is still at 522. So I have no idea what that does. Oh, I think that hit point regen is because of this bard spell that's being thrown on me from a nearby bard or something. So I may carry one of these robes around with me and try it in combat, but for now, I'm putting my metallofiber back on because I feel like it's better. But these are some of the things you can do with tailoring at a higher level. Once you maxed out your tailoring, you see my tailoring with the trophy is at 355. I believe without the trophy, it's only at 310. So having the trophy equipped gives me a better chance of success because it becomes trivial. So I'll probably have a less of a chance to fail. So now you know what things like the leather roll and cloth bolt and fine feathers are used for. They are used for some tailoring stuff. I hope this video helps you. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you disliked the video for whatever reason, you can give it a thumbs down. Whether you like or dislike the video, please leave a comment telling me what you liked or disliked about the video. What would you do to make it better? If you like what I do here, you'd like to support me and support the channel, consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed, or better yet, you could join the channel as a channel member. Channel members get special perks and privileges like a link to join the private Discord. If YouTube memberships are not your thing, look at the links below the video here on YouTube for a link to the Patreon. Patreon patrons get similar perks like a link to join the private Discord. You can also leave a super thanks on this video here on YouTube. A super thanks is like a little donation that says, hey, thanks, this was useful, I appreciate this video. And I appreciate the super thanks. I'd also like to thank all my current YouTube channel members and Patreon patrons and anyone who's left a super thanks or a super chat recently. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. You help to motivate me and keep this channel going. I'd also like to thank everybody that's watched the video. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow.